Okay, how do we create our virtual studio desk? What does this mean? This is a really important part that people don't really think about because they think about, like, well, that's just for Hollywood, that's just for songwriters or people who are producing music. But you are producing a show. You are producing an engaging opportunity for your students to learn. So we need to create our own virtual studio, our own virtual studio desk in the best way that we possibly can. So I don't know if you've seen The Office, but Dwight has a mega desk, and Jim goes away on maternity leave. And he comes back, and Dwight has taken Jim's desk, and he has gaming on one, he has personal on another one, business, and he's just loving his mega desk. So I want to kind of help you make your mega desk in the best way possible. And there's three different elements that we need to make in order for you to have the best possible presentation that you can think of. So one, we're going to start with is internet. So this is my mega desk here in my home in Indianapolis. And as you can see, all these things are just things that I have in my house. So first is internet. So right now we are living in unprecedented times. And I will only use that word once. That's my one time I got to use unprecedented times. But we are using internet at levels we've never had to use. And internet is like plumbing. It's a pipe. So the more people use it, the slower it gets. So you may have a plan of like 100 or 200 meg or whatever you have, and it could be running significantly slower. So what I recommend is setting up your studio desk near your router. So for me, in my office right now, I'm about 6 feet away from my router. That just gives a lot better connection for me to move forward in using my internet at the best possible speed. If you're wondering how fast your internet is running at, you can go to speedtest.net. There's tons of these sites out here, but here's just one of them. They've got apps on your phone as well. You can log on there and just see how is it playing out. Or maybe before you get on a call or before you start a classroom, that you just log on there and see how you're doing. And if there's consistent problems, maybe call your provider and see if they can help you out. So just one thing to consider as you set up your desk is be as close to the router as humanly possible. All right, next, location, room dynamics. So I really encourage you to have your virtual studio desk near where you can close a door, okay? And that can mean nothing with kids. You'll see me sometimes when I'm on a call just doing like the go away, like my hands just doing like vicious, like get away. So just close that door. And it helps with sound and also helps you to just stay focused. Second, make sure you have a place where it's quiet outside. So maybe not as close to the road if possible, or near where the kids are playing, just so people aren't distracted and they can connect the best way possible. Then maybe, if possible, put a do not disturb sign, or like I'm on a call. Again, means nothing in my household, but for some people that can be really helpful just to put that up there to say, hey, remember, mom, dad, partner, you're on the call. Please try to be as quiet. Don't put music on. Don't put the blender on. All the different things. Then thirdly, desk setup and laptop placement. This is really important because we're only able to project what our video gives people. So I recommend first elevating your screen so it's eye level. Okay. The reason for that is we don't want to see up your nose. We also don't want to see you from a million miles up doing like the selfie look either. And the reason for that is because when we talk to people, we want to talk to people at eye level. We don't want to lower it over them. Even I've seen my son's teacher, Miss Kelly. She'll get down on her knees and talk to Leo at eye level because she wants to show respect. So it's the same for you. As I just get a couple of board games or some books. Like you can see in my video here, I've got Quick Cups and Kinetic Sand, maybe a bit of some other game there. I've got a few books. Just putting it up to eye level, and it really will increase just to give you a better visual for your participants than you more than you actually think. It's a greater impact. Secondly, I encourage you to get a mouse, because it's a little bit frustrating when people are using their mouse on their screen because it gets up high and gets in the way. So just use an external mouse. Again, you can get those on Amazon for a few bucks, all the way up to pretty expensive. I also encourage a really comfortable but sturdy seat, and the reason for that is because we generally conform to our seat. So if you're on a couch or on a lounge or an outdoor chair, you can kind of like just, and then your body language changes and maybe your energy changes, but have a comfortable, sturdy seat that you can feel, you can project. And if possible, maybe even stand up if you can, because when you teach, you stand up, and psychologically, our energy is up when we're standing up. So that's something to consider. Also have a notebook close to you, because I also don't recommend writing notes on your keyboard as you're on, because it's really loud and it can be a little bit distracting if you're typing at the same time taking notes. Earbuds close by, again, helps with that sound. It can be really helpful. So audio, we've talked about. A microphone, I really encourage you to have. Those earbuds are really helpful. So maybe consider those two on your virtual desk. And then lighting. This is one to consider. Now, people get a little bit like, oh, it's not Hollywood, but lighting is a big deal. So I encourage just having a light in front of your face. So right now I have a lamp that lives next to my bed most of the time. And the light directly onto your face can be helpful because, depends on what study you look at, but 60 to 90% of our communication is nonverbal. So a lot of that comes from our face and the cues that we're giving off. And again, all we have is this video screen to show what we're trying to communicate. So the more your face is lit up, the more you can see all the different tells that are going on. So a lamp can be a really simple way. Put it behind your laptop and away you go. Also, I encourage you not to have any light from behind you. So don't have like a big shining window with light coming in. It does create a halo effect, which again, you're all saints, but we don't want to see that in a video. And then if you have it from behind, it just dulls out your face, again, decreasing that opportunity for nonverbal communication. So again, just two things to consider as we move forward. So let's have some practice, and we'll also go straight to debrief and apply with this one. So I'd love you to spend some time in your workbook and think about which one of those items could you utilize really quickly. So could you go to the cupboard and get some games or some books and just prop up your screen straight away? Maybe it's getting a light, getting a lamp and just putting it there and just see what it looks like. Even just look about where's all the light coming from in your room and just do a little bit of an assessment and go, hey, actually, I could really increase just the visuals by just getting better light on me, or maybe even just turning my desk towards the sunlight coming in at me as opposed to behind me. Maybe even just think about where your microphone is, or, do I have the door closed, or could I make a sign? So have some time to debrief and apply some situations for you that creates your best virtual studio desk.